Hello, kitten. Let's start this, my first drama video, off with as much ire, vitriol, and controversy as possible. Giff Threw is a white liberal. Not just any kind of white liberal, a Canadian, college-going, used to be a fucking games journalist white liberal. Holy crap. Now, here's why that's important. See, in America here, white liberals tend to not really fully grasp how violating and awful capitalism is. Like, they kind of get that it's bad, but like, they still think that like DoorDash is run by magical fucking fairies or something. I literally had some dumb bitch on there last night begging, pleading with me to get the cheese that I said wasn't at the store. Like, she wanted me to fucking conjure it. I don't know what the fuck she wanted. And this is speculation, but I imagine in Canada, where like the racism of the power systems that be is kind of delegated to those brown hoo-ha motherfuckers over on the reservation that you don't have to ever fucking see or let touch you. You know, it's a lot easier to get divorced from how terrifying everything is and kind of just escape from it sometimes instead of just living in it constantly. And with that said, I want to be clear on a few things. One, I'm not saying that Giff doesn't recognize anything wrong with capitalism. I've heard him make anti-capitalist arguments. I'm saying, given his sociological position, I think it's pretty likely that it's going to be harder for him to read the room on some shit and say dumb crap like this. Oh, let me put my penis away.
We finally have an answer to what's been going on with YT views. The latest ad blocker update is interfering with YouTube's ability to track views. Excelsior! Josh Strife Hayes deserves credit for solving the mystery and explains the problem in depth here. I know it's a big ask for y'all to turn off or change your ad blockers. I try to space my own ads out reasonably, but YouTube's automatic tools definitely don't. Still, please be aware that when you use an ad blocker on here, you are messing with your favorite content creators' analytics and potentially hurting our view momentum. It's not your fault, but it's no longer a free action. It's likely also messing up your recommendations, since YouTube thinks you haven't watched anything in a month.
And then he's got some spittle right here. And then I said, I owned this guy. And then I said, homie, you used to cry all day about meat-hole piracy for Daddy Crunchyroll. Sorry if I'm not super jazzed to see you trying to tell us to stop skirting the bad practices of a company you directly worked for. And 10 people liked it, and they high-fived me, and they told me I was cool. So yeah, now I'm making this video. F you. I want to make it clear now, a lot of the context I gave at the beginning of the video was more so just to defend Giff, because despite the title of the video, I actually really like him. I've been a fan of his for years. I love the cult videos. Those are great. I haven't watched him in a while. I don't know, maybe he's actually moved farther left. I really don't know. He seems like a pretty good guy. The other things I want to clarify is I'm not a conservative, despite bitching about liberals. A lot of people don't understand the difference between liberals and leftists. Leftists are the liberals that get called liberals and then start snarling and going, I'm not a fucking liberal. I'm not what you... And then they shoot you because they like guns. That's left. I'm a leftist. The key difference is liberals kind of want to conserve a society. That's why leftists always say liberals are just conservatives. You know, this society's bad. We just need to change some shit. Leftists are more like, we need to radically destroy and rebuild that bullshit. Or just get rid of it entirely. I'm an anarcho-leftist. I'm more like, I just want to get away from that society. It's never fucking treated me right. You can have that shit for yourself. And maybe it's a little weird to get political on this issue, but this is an inherently political issue. It's steeped in capitalism's woes. Part 6, Giff's weird anti-piracy BS.
A lack of transparency from Crunchyroll and other companies in regards to how much they actually pay creators. Now, if you have two brain cells to rub together, it's not hard to understand why a streaming platform wouldn't want to share a breakdown of their licensing deals. It's the same reason that I don't openly disclose how much money I make from sponsorships, because that would directly hurt my ability to negotiate better deals in the future. Likewise, Tide isn't about to tell me that they paid Gigax $16 million for a 30-second spot, because that's naturally going to make me want to ask them for more than I otherwise would. It's worse than potentially having to shell out as much money for In Another World with my smartphone as they did for the SAO license.
Giff, Jibbity, Gimp, baby, sweetie, kitten. In a world where animators have a fucking project where people are donating money for them to have housing because they don't get paid enough to have fucking housing, why the fuck should one anime get paid less than the other? Jeffrey, sweetie, Jeffy boy.
I'm Giff Threw Professional C.
Now, I say this understanding that money more so goes to the animation studio who probably pays them shittily. But I do just want to bring up, a lot of animators are like independent contractors. You know, if you know how much a company is making, and you're an independent contractor, you can kind of ask for more fucking money. Isn't that great? It's almost like transparency is a good thing, Giff. Sounds like what you're saying is
Geaff,
insane.
But that doesn't mean that pirates are just gonna stop. In fact, they're already finding new reasons to pretend that this money just doesn't matter. Because this was never about ethical principles or competition or any of the other stuff that these people bang on about. It's always been about entitlement.
You are so
Giff Threw
entitled for wanting to not pay Crunchyroll $10 a month. What is it now, actually? I bet it's more. What is Crunchyroll now? Oh, it's $7. That's cool.
You are so fucking entitled.
It still doesn't break my point, because it gets worse.
For not wanting to pay Crunchyroll $10 a month, Netflix $10 a month. You are so fucking entitled.
For not wanting to shill out your shillings to watch goddamn Naruto. You want to have something in your face for a little bit where you goon into the fucking ether.
How dare you? These are real tears. These are real fucking tears that I'm crying right now, because you're being a fucking asshole.
I'm not gonna say that there's not people making arguments to pirate. I feel maybe I can so easily see like a group of like weird white boys with like Reddit brains, just the whole brain as a Reddit symbol, making some weird ethical argument to pirate. We don't pirate because it's ethical. We pirate because the system makes it harder to fucking live in. Currently, I am between jobs. I make just enough money to survive. I work all goddamn day. And that's most of the fucking world, actually, Geaff. That's like most people, actually. Most people are in horrible fucking conditions. I feel like it's reasonable for those people to be able to watch, like, fucking Naruto. The idea that those people also need to shell out the same shit that they used to, like, feed themselves so that they can, like, not think for a second is a little fucking weird, my guy. It's a little fucking weird you're going this hard on it, my guy. Now, I do want to acknowledge these weird Reddit arguments probably give the poor people actually pirating, like, some legitimacy. You know, people in the world like to feel like they're doing the right thing. Hey, stop doing the right thing. He's right. Maybe there is no good reason to pirate. Don't pirate because it's good. Pirate because you deserve to not be miserable constantly. This
Giff Threw
telling you to turn off ad block is the same guy that said this. Full disclosure, so this video was sorta lost media. I couldn't find a Reupload anywhere on YouTube. I managed to shovel it out of the Wayback Machine, and I've uploaded it to my second channel for archival purposes. Now, here's the thing, and I'm talking to you, Jeffy boy. I'm talking to you,
Giff Threw.
I'm far away from the mic. This is for archival purposes. I think it's important for people to understand, like, your history and where you've come from with certain things. Although maybe it's important for people to analyze and see if you do agree with this video still. These are your values that you've had at some point. This is part of your shadow, Geaff. This is your Jungian shadow.
Run for your shadow, Geaff!
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna ask Geaff, if you want me to take this video down, email me or comment on the video. Please don't copyright strike it. I don't think you would, although I'm kind of scared that you will, and I'm kind of excited for you doing it because it would probably boost my channel a lot. If I could be like, hey, this motherfucker, this
professional shit
copyright struck my second channel. Please don't do that. Or I don't care. Actually, do it. Do what I will definitely run your ass on Twitter if you do that. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't even have a Twitter. I will start up my fucking Twitter just to run your ass on how you're abusing me, how you're victimizing me, how you're treating me like shit, how you molested me, I don't think this is where Geaff stands now. I think he realizes this is a video, which kind of goes back to like, I don't think Geaff is that bad of a guy. I think he's around a lot of corporate shit, and that colors his opinions on things a lot into really shit things, but he's also shown to be consistently adaptive and well-meaning and able to change his mind on things. Remember when he stopped bullying Sword Art Online and made a whole video just reading one of their books? That was cool. I still think Sword Art Online shit, but that was cool that he did that. I bet he does too. He still did that. That's cool. Geaff's not a bad guy, and this issue is bigger than Geaff. Let's talk about the issue that he actually brought up with adblock, because here's the thing. Despite how goofy this shit looks, and despite me genuinely still thinking like, hey, no, use fucking ad blocker, Geaff is probably kind of right. I watched the video he links here. It kind of breaks down exactly what the issue is. And yeah, ad blocker is probably lowering your YouTube views. Views are the lifeblood of YouTube videos. This isn't like old Linkara or something saying like, hey, I'm not getting paid because you're using ad blocker. This is someone saying YouTube has a fundamental problem now where most channels' views are tanking because of this issue. And that is terrifying. And that's something I really think you should highlight more. We're so jaded about how shitty YouTube is. I think we forget a lot of the time that it's YouTube's problem, not AdBlock's problem. YouTube has the problem that it pushes way too many fucking ads on people. And you know, the capitalist mindset is nothing's free in this world. If you can't pay people directly, you can pay them with your ads. Why the fuck do I have to pay to have the privilege of being entertained? Well, people put a lot of work into these productions. They should be compensated. Why is this giant platform where people frequently try to express their opinions privately owned instead of publicly owned and publicly funding projects like this? It's not even just the money. YouTube restricts free speech because it's not aligned with a government that calls for free speech in its constitution. Instead, whatever you say that makes the company look bad, you're not allowed to say. You know, you go back historically, a lot of entertainment was funded by the government. It's a lot of work, but it serves a necessary function in society. I don't know if I want my entertainment fully funded by the government, because you know, that can have its own problems. I just want to give food for thought. It definitely feels fucking weird that to have the esteemed privilege of getting to watch fucking Oni Plays called Annoyed the N-word, I have to give up a little bit of my fucking soul when I could just have this connection with this artist. I don't know. This isn't very well thought out, and I'm sure someone smarter than me could probably make a more compelling argument. I just wanted to give examples of like where this kind of irks me a little bit. I don't know. Comment below. What do you think? Is there a solution to that problem? Is there a way we can have less corporatized, capitalized entertainment while also not having the entertainment just be propaganda? And the thing with YouTube has been getting more and more restrictive with just being a YouTuber. I have to assume a lot of YouTubers have noticed this, because when you make YouTube videos, a lot of times you get like sound effects or green screen video effects and shit like that from fucking YouTube. And YouTube keeps blocking everything that lets you download shit from YouTube. And look, I know the ad block stuff is not gonna go away. YouTube's job is to sell you ads. They're not gonna stop fucking with ad block. But YouTube, dude, we make your videos. Why the fuck are you making it harder to make videos for you? I have to assume it's just more of the ideology of like them only wanting people like Jimmy Kimmel or whoever. God, it's not fucking old as shit. Who's still on YouTube? Will Smith.
I'm Geaff Threw.
And that's the other thing. I haven't heard about these like weird celebrities taking over YouTube anymore. So I don't know what the fuck this is, but they're cracking down on it. And it's like, why? YouTube, baby, sweetie,
Little kitty fuck.
can you make a fucking button so the creators can opt in to let you download their shit? Holy fucking shit. All these sound effect channels, see, some of them will leave a link to some like virus-ridden site where you can download their sound effects. Cool. Not everybody knows that site, so a lot of them just upload them to fucking YouTube. Make a checkbox or something on the uploader so that when someone uploads a resource for YouTubers, they can download the fucking resource. You have a monopoly on video sharing. There's not many other places for people to put shit. And when you make it harder, you're just making it harder to make fucking videos for your platform that makes you money. These aren't like copyrighted videos. A lot of them are like copyright, royalty-free sound effects, VFX you just can't use. You have a sound library for music. Make one for like VFX. YouTube, please stop making it fucking harder for us to do our fucking jobs. That one I genuinely don't get. The ads, I understand. Not saying that it's right, but it's inevitable. There's been this trend among breadtubers where a lot of them upload like one video to YouTube and then the rest of their videos that they make throughout the year, they upload to Patreon or Nebula. And to me, it kind of rings as the same thing where like video games are becoming like $70 and $80 and game consoles are becoming like prohibitively expensive. As late stage capitalism kind of closes in on itself and becomes worse and worse and more insidious, and inflation rises and rises, the lower classes of people are just going to be shut out of certain parts of that system. And there are two things you can do then. You can ignore the system, which honestly probably better for you, or you can find ways of skirting it. Remember piracy? Well, guess what? It's 2025 and I'm stealing fucking cars again. Allegedly. That's a... Cut that out. Just cut that out. I have not stolen no cars. I have not pirated no games. And here's the goofy thing. Pirating, I don't think really actually hurt music artists. I think they were all just kind of being like cops. Prove me wrong. I don't know. I wasn't there. But this ad block problem legitimately has an effect on all of YouTube. I think creators like Geaff will be fucking fine, but like I have 300 subscribers. If you block the ads that I don't even get paid for and take away my views, that that basically means my channel doesn't go anywhere. I just sit here. That fucking sucks. That means new people can't enter this system, which fucking sucks. I know some people are gonna comment, you just said you wanted nothing to do with the system, and now you're complaining about how you want to enter the system. And my answer to that is like, I didn't realize that until I was already halfway here. That's really the answer. Like, I developed a skill set around video making, and while I was doing that, I researched political stuff and had this awakening of like, oh, I don't need shit. But I'm already here, I like doing this, I'm gonna keep doing it. I do have the mindset, though, that if this shit all crashed, I'd be like, okay, time to go in a cave and paint. If you like and subscribe, maybe you get to know me better. Maybe you get to know more about my kind of stoner, homeless caveman philosophy. I don't like wearing shoes. I don't know. Now, here's where I'm gonna try to give a little spark of hope, because I feel like this video would be kind of useless if I was just like, hey, Jeff sounds weird, but he's right. But also, don't listen to Jeff. You know, that's just fucking weird. Here's what I'm gonna say. Use ad block if you're really, really altruistic. Don't use ad block on like a smaller creator. That's what I would recommend. I don't know, do what you fucking want. If you really want to fill Jeffy T's pockets, make sure he's getting the same wages, then don't use ad block on bigger creators. I don't fuck, it's your life. I'm not gonna say they are not gonna suffer. They are going to lose wages because of this. To me, who's kind of like, hey, I've never had shit. I don't know what it's like to have shit, and I don't have much sympathy for people that do. I say, let the fucker starve a little bit. Maybe he'll learn something. Maybe he'll adapt. Stop spending all your money on fucking anime and go outside or something. I don't know. I bet I sound like a fucking 80-year-old man saying that. But the best alternative that I know of, and this is gonna sound fucking crazy, is to chill out for YouTube. So Spotify Premium costs $11.99 a month. YouTube Premium is $13.99 a month. The family plan for Spotify is $19.99, and the family plan for YouTube is
$21.
YouTube Premium is a little bit more expensive. And it's just Spotify, but also you get YouTube with no ads. Since 2016, the only time I have ever seen ads, because I mostly watch YouTube, is when my friends watch Netflix. Part of that's because of ad blocker blocking shit on Crunchyroll. That shit was always nice. But no, I have not seen an ad. They have not been a part of my life. It's always weird and alien when I see how fucking weird ads are, and I'm guessing they always were weird, but as an adult, seeing these things that I haven't seen since I was a literal child, the way that ads talk to you like you're fucking stupid, it's a very surreal experience as someone who just hasn't had them as a part of their life for like 10 years. Now, I have barely used Spotify. I don't know what features it has over YouTube, but I know I've never felt like I needed a better music player. I don't know, comment below. Is there something Spotify has above YouTube? I don't get why everyone uses it when YouTube Premium is literally like $1 more and just all around better. Not only that, your YouTube Premium views pay your creators more. And this is kind of a guess, but I don't see why it wouldn't be true. So like, we've all heard the horror stories of how Spotify barely pays the fucking musicians. Just given how YouTube AdSense works, doesn't it make sense that they're probably paying their musicians more? Like, people have made entire empire off of YouTube ads alone. And given that music studios are more corporate, I doubt they're gonna get demonetized as much. That being said, I don't know how much the studio would be taking that. I imagine the AdSense goes directly to the studio, but still, it has to be more than the like pitiful amounts I've fucking seen on Spotify. Oh, and here's the best part about YouTube Premium. They have this cool AI feature. If you start skipping through the video while the YouTubers plug in their sponsor, it'll just pop up a jump ahead button so you can skip through the sponsor. YouTube Premium, like, again, I hate shilling for any company. They don't deserve it, but it's a pretty fucking good product. I recommend it. I think if you're trying to find a way to support your favorite creators with minimal impact on your life, if you're already paying for Spotify, cancel that shit and get YouTube Premium. If you can't afford that, then use fucking AdBlock. Like, look, blocking ads is cool. Fuck ads. That shit sucks. I genuinely didn't want to put ads on my channel until shit got, like, economically hard, where I'm like, oh no, I'm probably gonna have to one day. I really didn't want to. I fucking hate ads. So yeah, that's my take on this. Please don't bully Jeff or anything. And again, Jeff, just don't copyright strike me for re-uploading your video. Bye. Oh, and also, if you ask why I'm green, you're banned from the channel. Hey, so if you're curious, I started talking earlier in the video about the unfairness of basically having to, like, pay for art. And I presented some ideas. I gave my thoughts, but I cut it because it was just going on way too long. Let's get back into that. If you want to watch this part, watch this part. If not, go watch something else. I don't care. If you've gotten this far, holy crap, thank you. If you like and subscribe, you will make my kokoro go doki doki, and I have really high cholesterol, so I'll probably fucking have a heart attack and die. Is there a way we can have less corporatized, capitalized entertainment, while also not having the entertainment just be propaganda? And I know what a lot of you are probably thinking. Well, capitalism is the answer to that. Those free markets are how we prevent government overreach. And the system sucks, but it's probably the best thing we have. And my retort to that is, this system is so young relative to like the rest of human history, and it's like the 5th one that we've had, I think, just in Western society alone. Capitalism is not the end-all be-all, and like any system, it's capable of changing. And that's what I want to know. What do you think should change? How would you change it? I definitely see how like our mixed economy system that kind of incorporates capitalist and socialist ideologies seems to be like a happy medium between these things. The problem is capitalism is so goddamn greedy, and especially the Western culture is so goddamn anti-socialist, government programs to help people, and that is because of the greedy ass nature of capitalism that of course is going to stop anything that takes their money away. That I don't think that kind of system can work. If we want to progress as a society past greed, we need to find something beyond capitalism. Beyond greed. A society based on greed does not work. Also, I just want to add that free market ideology would genuinely be better if we had a free market. Instead, we have a neoliberal market, which I don't want to get too far into this shit, but essentially neoliberalism is the political and economic movement that's kind of tied a lot of government functions into corporate interests. You know, it's the reason shit happened like Obama bailing out the banks when they destroyed our economy. We don't really have a free market. We have a really restrictive market where small websites don't exist anymore. All of the big websites hoard all of your fucking information, where the government hired a CEO as the fucking president, and then had another CEO tried to be his like co-president boyfriend thing. Now, if you're wondering what my take on this is, because I have one too, I kind of just don't think societies really work, and it's a tricky thing. Most societies have some way of ousting people that don't fit in, and I've always been one of those people. So to me, the idea of trying to build a society that will help and support everyone just seems like kind of a fucking moot point. I don't really think about how to change these societies, but one of the biggest reasons I have such a problem with capitalism is it's so greedy and so restrictive that it has literally overtaken the entire planet. There is like nowhere for me to fucking go if I just want to fuck off and be away from society. And you know, this has happened with other people. Ted Krasinski famously tried to fuck off in the woods, and then they kept making him pay property taxes, so he fucking killed people. Allegedly. That's the reading I've always gotten on it. Ted Krasinski's a wild case. And I know there's the retort then where it's just like, well, if no society works, capitalism's probably still the best one. No, like I just explained, it literally took over the whole world, and like I also just explained, it can literally be changed into something else. I also want to make it clear, when I say changed, I don't mean like, oh, we just gotta plug a few holes. We need to violently, the same way that capitalism like overtook mercantilism, we need to like take that shit down and figure something else out. Anyway, back to Geaff. Sorry we just stopped talking about politics for like 5 minutes.